Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly forecast for May. I was going to say April, for May 18th through the 24th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising with this lovely deck here. And then we're going to pull a spirit message for you all from this deck here. So without further ado, my darling Pisces, let's see what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. And pull your cards. We do have Venus in retrograde right now, so this could be making some people feel a little bit sentimental. Could be making some people kind of looking at ways in their life in which they're wanting more security, or what they feel they need in life to feel a little bit more secure. But overall, we're just going to see what's going on with the energy and what Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising may be experiencing in the week ahead. So without further ado, my darlings, let's get right on in there. Your first card here is Nine of Cups. So that's a really great way to kick off the reading, to start the reading. Nine of Cups is going to be a card having to do with some wish coming true, right? Like something you had hoped for, something you had asked for. It's here. It's happening, okay? It can also be enjoying your hard work, you know, being in a sense of fulfillment. This is very odd. This is not something that I typically feel or get from the Nine of Cups, but I'm feeling it for whatever reason in this reading, Pisces. I feel some of you, and for those of you that this resonates, I feel that you have full on manifested it. But I feel for some of you, you were thinking, man, I just wish that they would lay me off and give me some kind of a severance package. So maybe you've been working for a company that has been going through some restructuring and the writing's been on the wall, and you've been holding on for exactly just that. You're like, if they could just, do layoffs and do severance packages, you've been holding on for that. And so for some of you, this might have recently happened, or it might be happening in the coming week. But for those of you that this happens, I feel like you have a feeling it's been coming, or you've been waiting for it to happen, and you're happy. You're happy that it's happening because you're thinking, well, now I have some time to rest. Now I have some time to just kind of, decompress and figure out what I want to do and where I want to go. You're seeing it as a blessing. For other ones of you, this is just in general, enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying the fruits of your hard work. I always have to give a little bit of a warning when it comes to Nine of Cups, because sometimes in my readings, Nine of Cups comes up in a situation where you're beginning to have progress in your life. The people around you, they see you like you're coming up, or they notice that you're coming up, or that you're about to come up in some way. And they might have the impression that you're doing far better than you actually are, or they're anticipating that you're going to be doing really, really well financially soon. And they might be coming to you with their hands out. They might be coming to you with like, oh, Pisces, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Oh, Pisces, you're so nice. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so understanding. I really need your help. And so they might be coming in trying to, get you to help them out financially or to do things for them. They want a piece of the success they feel that you're experiencing, or they feel that you're about to experience. And when you have boundaries, and when you're like, no, sorry, I can't, I already have plans for that money, or I'm not going to be available to help with that thing, whatever it might be, they might try to make you feel like you're being selfish. They might try to make you feel like you're being greedy. Or, oh, Pisces, look at you. You have a big head now. You forgot where you came from. You're forgetting all the little people. Like, they might do things to make you feel bad, or try to anyway. But I don't think you're hearing it, Pisces. I feel you're in a place where you're like, I deserve to be happy, and I've worked really, really hard to be where I'm at right now, and I can't risk this. I can't gamble with what I have. I want to make sure that I'm being wise with it. Yeah, I want to treat myself, but I also want to make sure I'm being wise with what's coming and do the best that I can with it. So I think, Pisces, you guys are learning to be selfish in a healthy way, the good kind of selfish, the way that you are going to be able to invest in yourself and start making some progress, start making some real advancement. Your next card here, Pisces, is the Hermit, and this is a major arcana card. So when the Hermit comes up, we're dealing with this situation that, well, not just the Hermit, any major arcana card. The Hermit is a major arcana card. Anytime a major arcana card comes up, we're dealing with a situation that's a new chapter of our life. It's not something that's going to last us a couple of days or a week. We're entering a new period. We're entering a new phase. Okay, some crossroads that's directly linked to what we came here to accomplish, what we came here to learn, what we came here to experience. And some people get very worried when they see the Hermit card because they feel like the card is saying you're going to be alone. What they don't understand is this is a very deep card with lots of layers and lots of meanings. And even if it is with the element of being alone, the Hermit is like an intentional alone. The Hermit is like you're making a decision to take some time to reflect. You're taking some time to find yourself. You're taking yourself some time to get away from people that are draining you. You're finding yourself spiritually. Other meanings of the Hermit could be some of you are seeking out a spiritual teacher or a mentor. Okay, you may be seeking out a spiritual advisor or counselor in some way. Hermit can also indicate you're dealing with a Virgo. That's another aspect of the Hermit. You may be dealing with a Virgo. So keep this in mind and be aware of this. If you are dealing with a Virgo, or if this is in regard to a person that you're dealing with, maybe has a Virgo in their chart, this person has come in to help you learn a lesson, okay? Learn a spiritual lesson or to grow or to advance spiritually, okay? That's one of the ways, messages sometimes that can come up in my readings when I see the Hermit. Overall, though, my dears, the Hermit is very much a card for me that indicates the cute little caterpillar is satisfied. The cute little caterpillar has gone into the world and had all kinds of snacks and treats and wonderful things. And now the caterpillar is ready to spend some time in its little cocoon, going through its transformation, just taking a little bit of a nap, going through a transformation. And when it comes out, it's going to be that butterfly, and it's going to reach heights it never had dreamed or imagined. And it's going to have a whole new life with a whole new group of friends and everything, right? Just completely new life. So this is something many of you Pisces are manifesting right now. Okay, maybe you are in a little bit of a cocoon right now because of what's going on in the world. Some of you might be in a situation where you literally feel like you're cooped up in a little cocoon. You can't go out, but you might be using this time very wisely, and you may be finding yourself in the process. And when it comes time to be out there again, it's like you're emerging this beautiful new version of yourself. All right, my dears, your next card, Pisces, is the Two of Cups. Now, those of you that you watch my readings regularly, you know I try super duper hard to keep love and romance out of the weekly forecasts because I do a monthly love reading. Every month I'll do a love reading because I know it is something we're all curious about. But I also know a lot of people are sick of love readings. I know a lot of people are like they're over it and they just want other stuff. So that's why every week I try not to focus on love. Okay. However, sometimes a card will come up that'll touch on it. So we'll touch on it briefly. And Two of Cups is one of those cards. Keep in mind, Two of Cups is not only affiliated with love and romance. It can be, because we have many kinds of soulmates. We have soulmates that are romantic, and we have soulmates that are not romantic. So Two of Cups can indicate a partnership, a friendship, with someone that we don't have a romantic connection to, but they're helping us through a really important part of our life. We have a very healthy friendship or partnership with them, and we don't know what we would do without them, like a very special kind of bond. That is something that Two of Cups can symbolize. But it can also be more commonly viewed as that love and romance, that romantic soulmate. Overall, the Two of Cups for me is a card that indicates somebody who's a giver finds another person who's a giver, and it's a complete game changer for them in their life. You know, whether we're talking friendship, work-wise, love and romance, whatever way we're talking about it. You know, Pisces, a lot of you may have been in that energy where you just give and give and give and give. Like when you care about somebody, you just can't seem to give them enough. Like it just comes from the soul. But unfortunately, when somebody is this generous and this sincere, it can attract a lot of people who are takers. They just want to take. And so what ends up happening is you get hurt in the end. You get hurt, you get burned, right? You keep giving, you get nothing back. And eventually you run out of things to give because you've given everything and there's nothing left to give. But when the Two of Cups comes up, it's two givers that find each other and they're constantly thinking about ways to give to one another, right? And this is the kind of friendship, relationship, partnership that never ends because the two people, they're keeping it going by being there for each other, by hearing each other out, and by giving, being generous with one another, right? Together. So it's a very, very beautiful energy. So it's letting us know overall, Pisces, you are opening up to receive attention, support, assistance, love, encouragement. You're opening up to receive all of that, whether you're receiving it in your work life, in your family life, in your romantic life. Where your focus is going to be different for different ones of you. Alrighty, my dears. So your next card here is the Wheel. I don't read reversals. Your next card here is the Wheel. And the Wheel is a card about forward movement. It's a card about getting unstuck. Okay? Now, what's interesting is this card also came up for Libra. The Wheel is not, and I repeat, it is not associated with Libra. But I do recall this card coming up for Libra in the beginning of the week. Some of you may have been waiting on a decision from a Libra. Because if I'm not mistaken, Pisces, you guys have had Libra pop up in a few of your past readings. And so maybe some of you have been waiting on Libra to make up their mind. Libra may be making a decision this week. And it's like that decision is being made and you now are feeling released. Or you now are feeling like things can move forward now. You're not in limbo. You kind of know what's going on. You kind of know which way things are happening. Now, what's really interesting to me is as I'm looking at the Wheel, or I'm looking at her looking at the Wheel, it looks to me like she knew it was going to turn, but it also seems to me like she's ready to let it go by. She's ready to let it go by. So maybe some of you are feeling like whatever decision has been made, you're feeling like it was made too late. Like you were waiting a long time for the decision to be made. And now you're like, oh, okay, well, now I don't know if I want it. Well, if that's the case, don't be in that I don't know for too long. You don't want to end up playing a game of cat and mouse here. If you need time to think about it, that's fine, right? But overall, the Wheel is a card of getting unstuck. So let's put Libra aside, forget about Libra. The Wheel is a card about getting unstuck. And so when the Wheel card comes up, it's letting us know that some period of stagnation has ended and you can expect for things to get better now. If you are a Libra that has, Pisces. If you are a Pisces who has been having issues with finances, you've been having concerns around your finances, or if you're self-employed and business has been slow, or you've been having a hard time getting some business thing going, the Wheel indicates that the money is going to be coming in, but it's also coming in with the message of be wise with the money as it comes in, because the Wheel reminds us life is a cycle, right? What goes up must come down, and then it'll go up again, it'll come down again, right? It's just the way that it is, right? You can't be busy with clients, busy with business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You would burn out. There's not enough money in the world to keep you going that extreme, right? You're going to need to rest. You're going to need a break. Granted, some people can go on less rest than other people, but you do need a rest at some point. You're not a robot. So those slow periods are designed to allow us to rest, to allow us to find ourselves, to allow us to recover. If you are wise with what's coming in during the time of plenty, during the busy time of work, if you're wise with what you're making at that time, then when things are slow, the slow period is a piece of cake. You don't have to worry about it. You're like a little squirrel that's gone around gathering all the little acorns, putting them away in its little tree house. And then when the winter comes, they're good. You know, one acorn at a time, they've built a nice little cozy, abundant little place for them. And they're not worried about it. They're not worried about, oh, it's snowing. There's not going to be any, food out there. They're good. They have their little storehouse. So Pisces, a lot of you are finding that balance this week, or you're beginning to learn how to have that kind of balance so that you can, let yourself rest and not constantly feel like, oh my gosh, like being in that lack or fear mentality. All right, let's go ahead and check out your spirit message for the week. So the spirit message for the week for Pisces, and don't forget, watch your moon sign and rising sign. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link in the description of the video, you can schedule a private reading with me there. So your card here is Stranded. All right. So this card is like, look, like he's not on the ground and he's not in the air. He's somewhere in between. And so we talked about, some of you have been feeling like you're in limbo. Maybe you're waiting for somebody else to make a decision, right? And so you might be feeling a little bit on the back burner. Now, the message coming up with this card is misjudging something, having a fear of failure, and not wanting to take steps forward because you're so afraid you might fail. You just kind of want to stay still. We talked about that wheel card, that stagnation. It's going to become unstuck. You're going to have to move forward. You're going to be moving forward. And so the creator of this deck says that the meaning of this card is that sometimes people feel like, we made a mistake when we committed to doing something because other people are expecting like perfection from us. And we get very afraid. We get very scared of letting them down. Okay? And so we get very intimidated. But the important thing here to remember is that everybody's learning. Okay? And if you do make a mistake, or if you do try something and it doesn't work out, it's redirecting you. It's helping you figure out how to move forward. So Spirit is saying, make a decision. You're going to have to choose. Okay? And in some cases, for some of you, if you're waiting too long, maybe that decision is being made for you, right? Or vice versa. Somebody's taking too long to make their decision. You might be saying, okay, you know what? I'm no longer considering you or the situation an option. I've moved on. I'm moving forward. So I think Pisces, you guys are tired of that back burner energy. You don't want to be on the shelf. You don't want to be on the back burner. So I think the majority of you are making the decision and you're moving on. You're moving on. You don't want to be in the in-between. That's what I feel like. Like you're done with the in-between and you want to be happy, and you're seeing that there's a lot of opportunities out there, and you might be seeing that this person or situation might be holding you back in some way. And so I think for many of you, you will make a decision. And that's why you have that wheel card, like just kind of really driving the point home for you guys. And this week's reading is like your last card. Again, watch your moon sign and rising sign video. That might be helpful. It might bring a little extra information. If you would like a private reading, go ahead and click on the Calendly link in the description of the video and schedule a private reading with me there. A lot of you are asking me about the free reading I'm giving away. I'm giving away a brand new tarot deck. It's the tarot deck that I used in the May love readings, only it's a brand new set. It's not the set that I personally used. It's not my copy. It's a new copy wrapped in plastic. Whoever buys it is going to be the first whoever wins it is going to be the first person to use it. And I'm giving away a free reading. So there'll be 2 winners. One person will win a deck of cards, and one person will win a free reading with me. And I've been getting a lot of questions, and I've been seeing a lot of comments, oh, please include me in the drawing. There's no drawing per se. The way to get in the running to win, I'm going to pick one winner from Facebook and one winner from Instagram from the comments and the likes. I'm just going to go through the likes and the comments, and whoever's jumping out at me, one person will win a private reading, one person will win the deck of cards. Okay? One thing I do want to say to you, if you live in another country and I pick you to win the cards, I have no problem shipping overseas. The person I picked that won last month's deck of cards lives in Africa, in Botswana. And I had no issue. I went to the post office to mail the cards to her, and the post office said Botswana is not accepting any mail from the United States because of what's happening right now. So until that whole thing is done, until all this, lockdown stuff is done, I can't mail anything to certain countries. Your country might allow it. So understand and know, if you are in a foreign country, foreign to me, from the United States, and I do pick you, if there's a rule like that, if your country is not accepting mail from the US right now, then I will wait. I will have to wait until the mail is allowed, and then I will send it at that time. So there could be a delay. I just want people outside of the United States to know that. Okay? But yeah, so you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to send me an email. Just, I'm going to pick the winner from the likes and the comments. And then a lot of you are asking me about astrology. Truly Divine is still offering you guys the 30% off their already very reasonable prices. They're still being super kind and super awesome and sponsoring the channel by offering you guys the continued 30% off. So if you want to get a love reading, compatibility reading, natal chart analysis, a forecast for the year based on your astrology, you can get them all. So check them out if you haven't already. And I thank you guys so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.